Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. This time, we're looking at something a little bit different. We're diving into a tutorial on creating an ethereal landscape
Oh, cool.
in oil paint.
Okay.
Our source material today is a YouTube video by an artist named Dixon.
Okay.
And he's got a very approachable teaching style.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought this would be a really cool one to just sort of take a look at and go beyond just the technical steps and really examine how he's building this really dreamy, otherworldly atmosphere in this painting.
Yeah, and what I think is so cool about Dixon's approach is he's not just like recreating a scene,
Right.
like a lot of people do in landscape painting. You know, he's really crafting a feeling.
Yes, definitely.
And so I think it'll be really cool to look at how he uses like color choices and blending techniques and even like his language to really create that ethereal mood.
Yeah.
So,
Well, he starts off right away by laying down these really warm sunset colors.
yes.
You know, oranges and yellows and reds.
Yeah.
And it's like he's setting the emotional tone right from the start.
Totally. And it's interesting, like he specifically mentions cadmium yellow.
Oh, yeah.
Like he wants to keep those colors pure.
Yeah.
And cadmium yellow is known for its vibrancy and its luminosity. And I think by prioritizing that purity, he ensures that those warm hues really resonate.
Yes.
And so it's like he's laying that foundation for that dreamy, almost glowing quality we see in the final piece.
Yeah. And then there's, there's his language, too, like the way he refers to the grassy part.
Yes.
It's so casual.
Yes.
So inviting.
It's so great. I think that casualness is actually really significant.
Yeah.
Because it breaks down the barrier between the artist and the viewer.
Right.
And it makes the process feel less intimidating and more like a shared exploration,
Yes.
you know? And it contributes to that sense of ease and wonder that we associate with dreamscapes.
Absolutely. And then he uses a technique called scumbling,
Yes.
where he blends the paint with a dry brush
Yes.
to soften edges.
Uh-huh.
And the result is this beautiful hazy effect.
It's so pretty. Scumbling is just brilliant for creating that ethereal, out-of-focus look. Because by using that dry brush, Dixon is lifting some of the paint,
Okay.
allowing the layers beneath to peek through.
Right.
So it creates that sense of depth and atmosphere like we're peering through a veil of mist.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of guiding our gaze,
Yes.
he deliberately uses a vignette, darkening the corners of the sky
Yeah.
to draw our attention to the center of the painting.
Yes. And the vignette is such a subtle but effective technique.
Totally.
It not only creates a sense of depth, but it also adds to that otherworldly feel,
Yeah.
as if the scene is kind of fading into a dream at the edges.
Yes.
And I was thinking about it, like, think about how our peripheral vision blurs when we're drifting off to sleep.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You know, the vignette kind of mimics that effect.
That's cool.
Yeah, it pulls us deeper into that dreamy atmosphere.
I love that. The reflections in the water are just stunning.
So pretty.
They're realistic, but they also have that soft, blurred quality,
Yes.
echoing that dreamy mood of the entire piece.
Right, and it's fascinating how he achieves that effect.
Yeah.
Like he uses a mix of colors and a light touch, allowing the colors to blend softly without becoming muddy. And so the result is that the reflections, while present, they don't feel harsh or overly defined.
Right.
And that really maintains that ethereal quality he's established.
I love how he embraces these happy accidents where colors mix in unexpected ways or textures emerge organically.
Yes.
It adds a sense of spontaneity and surprise to the process.
It's so cool. And I think that actually speaks to like a crucial aspect of creating an ethereal mood,
Okay.
which is kind of embracing the unexpected, you know, because by allowing those happy accidents to become part of the painting,
Yeah.
he introduces an element of chance,
Right.
of serendipity
Yeah.
that mirrors the unpredictable nature of dreams. It's like saying let go of the need to control everything and allow the painting to kind of reveal itself.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And there's this one point where he's talking about, you know, using a reference photo,
Right.
but then combining it with elements from other photos he's taken, and even using AI-generated imagery
Oh, wow.
to kind of spark ideas.
Okay.
So it's like he's creating this composite landscape,
Yeah.
drawing inspiration from various sources, but ultimately shaping it into his own unique vision.
Exactly. It's like he's using those tools not to just replicate reality, but to really fuel his imagination.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like stepping into a dreamscape that is both familiar and entirely new.
Exactly.
Speaking of process, I was really intrigued by how he talked about like the evolution of his own artistic style. You know, he used to rush through his paintings.
Yeah.
But now he embraces the idea of letting a piece evolve over time.
And I think that shift in approach is so crucial to creating a truly ethereal mood.
Yeah.
Because by allowing the painting to unfold gradually, he introduces an element of timelessness,
Right.
as if the landscape has been shaped by years of wind and rain.
I see.
It's as if we're witnessing this fleeting moment in this vast expanse of time, which adds to that dreamy, otherworldly quality.
Now, there's a technique he uses that just completely surprised me.
Oh, yeah.
He takes a kitchen towel
What?
to soften and blur the edges of certain elements.
It's such an unexpected tool,
Yeah.
right? But it's incredibly effective.
Yeah.
Because by using that soft absorbent material, he's able to create those delicate, feathery edges, almost like the way fog softens the outlines of objects in the distance.
Oh, yeah.
And it enhances that sense of mystery and ethereality, blurring the boundaries between the tangible and intangible.
And I noticed he doesn't shy away from showing those little imperfections.
Oh, yeah.
Like a stray blob of paint that he just incorporates into the landscape.
And I think those imperfections are actually key
Yeah.
to creating an authentically ethereal mood because they disrupt the sense of meticulous control.
Right.
And they introduce a sense of spontaneity and organic evolution.
Yeah.
It's as if nature itself has had a hand in shaping the landscape, adding those little touches of randomness and imperfection that make it feel truly alive.
His use of light in this painting is just masterful.
It was so beautiful.
Like soft, diffuse, almost like it's emanating from within the landscape itself.
And the way he handles light is absolutely essential to creating that ethereal mood because he avoids harsh contrasts.
Right.
Instead, opting for subtle gradations and gentle transitions.
Yeah.
It's as if the light is filtering through a mist,
Right.
creating a sense of serenity and tranquility.
Yes.
It invites us to slow down, to breathe deeply, and to lose ourselves in this contemplative stillness of the scene.
And even though he's using oil paint,
Yeah.
which can be quite a heavy medium,
Yes.
he manages to create a sense of lightness and airiness.
And that's a testament to his skillful use of layering and blending. He builds up the paint gradually, allowing the layers to interact and create these subtle variations in color and texture.
Right.
It's as if the landscape is woven from these delicate threads of light and shadow, creating a sense of airiness and ethereality that transcends the physicality of the paint itself.
I'm really struck by how he balances realism with that dreamy quality.
Yeah.
You know, the elements are recognizable, but there's also a sense of otherworldliness.
And that balance is so crucial
Yep.
because if you lean too heavily into realism,
Uh-huh.
the painting would lose that sense of mystery and enchantment.
Yeah.
But by subtly distorting certain elements,
Right.
like the reflection of the tree in the water,
Yeah.
he introduces a sense of surrealism, reminding us that we're entering a realm where the rules of the ordinary world don't quite apply.
I'd love to get your thoughts on his composition.
Okay.
How does he arrange the elements within the painting to create that sense of balance and harmony?
Well, he employs a very deliberate approach to composition, using techniques that guide our eye through the scene and evoke a sense of calm and serenity.
Okay.
For instance, he utilizes the rule of thirds, positioning the horizon line slightly below the center,
Right.
which creates a sense of depth and draws us into the landscape.
And I noticed how he uses negative space so effectively,
Yes.
leaving those vast expanses of sky and water relatively uncluttered.
That's a brilliant observation.
Yeah.
Those areas of negative space are crucial to creating that ethereal mood.
Okay.
They provide a sense of openness and tranquility,
Right.
allowing our gaze to wander and our minds to relax.
Yeah.
It's as if he's inviting us to step into the painting and breathe deeply, to experience a sense of expansive peace.
This painting evokes such a profound sense of longing, a yearning for something beyond the everyday.
And that's the magic of an ethereal mood.
Yeah.
It speaks to this deep-seated human desire for transcendence,
Right.
for a connection to something larger than ourselves.
Yeah.
It's a feeling we often experience in dreams or when we're immersed in nature.
Right.
And Dixon masterfully captures that feeling
Yeah.
through his color choices, his blending techniques, and his overall approach to composition.
Yeah, it feels like he's inviting us to enter a world where anything is possible, where the boundaries between reality and dreams kind of blur.
And that's the power of ethereal art,
Yeah.
It transports us to this realm
Right.
where logic and reason kind of give way to intuition and emotion. It's a reminder that there's more to life than what we can see and touch.
Right.
That there's this whole world of beauty and mystery waiting to be discovered if we're open to it.
It's like he's captured this fleeting moment of magic,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
suspended in time for us to contemplate.
And there's a sense of invitation in that, too. You know, he's not just showcasing his skill. He's sharing his experience of wonder and inviting us to tap into our own sense of awe.
Yeah.
It's as if he's saying, look at the beauty that's possible. Yeah.
When we allow ourselves to dream, to imagine,
Yeah.
to see the world through a lens of enchantment.
It's making me think about, like, other art forms and how they evoke similar feelings.
Yeah.
You know, like music that transports you.
Yeah.
Or poetry that makes you feel like you're floating.
Oh, yeah, that's such a great connection.
Yeah.
You know, ethereal qualities aren't limited to visual art.
Right.
Think about ambient music with its swirling textures and atmospheric soundscapes.
Yeah.
Or poetry that uses like evocative imagery and dreamlike metaphors.
Right.
They all tap into that same yearning for transcendence, for connection to something beyond the mundane.
I'm curious, what are your thoughts on like the role of the viewer in experiencing and interpreting this kind of art?
That's a key point.
Yeah.
With ethereal art, the viewer plays a crucial role in completing the experience.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about passive observation. It's about active engagement.
Right.
The viewer brings their own emotions,
Yeah.
memories, and interpretations to the piece.
Allowing it to resonate on a deeply personal level.
Yes.
It's like a conversation between the artist and the viewer. Yeah. A shared journey into a realm of imagination and emotion.
So it's not just about the techniques or the technical skill. It's about that deeper connection.
Yeah.
That spark of recognition that happens when the art speaks to something within us.
Exactly. And that's where the real magic lies.
Yeah.
It's in that moment of shared experience, that sense of connection.
Right.
That transcends the boundaries of time and space.
If someone wanted to tap into that ethereal quality in their own creative work, what advice would you give them?
I'd encourage them to explore the techniques we've discussed. Experiment with color, embrace soft blending and texture play with light and shadow. But beyond that, I'd urge them to tap into their own emotions.
Okay.
Their own sense of wonder and mystery.
Right.
You know, what landscape sounds or experiences evoke that ethereal feeling within them?
Yeah.
How can they translate those feelings into their chosen medium?
It's about finding that balance between technical skill and emotional expression, isn't it?
Precisely. The techniques are tools.
Yeah.
But the true artistry lies in using those tools to convey something deeper.
Right.
Something that resonates with the soul.
This has been such a rich and inspiring conversation.
It has.
Thank you for sharing your insights.
It's been a pleasure.
And for you listening, we hope this deep dive has sparked your own creative curiosity as you go about your day. Take a moment to notice the subtle ways light plays on surfaces, the way colors shift and blend, and the textures that surround you. Perhaps these observations will spark your own creative journey. Until next time.